Welcome to Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. Year 2, we are here at the International Builders Show in Las Vegas, unseasonably cold. 38 currently the temperature here in Las Vegas, which is, if anybody knows geography, shouldn't happen here in the month of February. We are here for the next 2 days at Show Village, and specifically the International Builders Show. We have a live show this hour, and then also at 11 and 3 o'clock today, and 9, 11, and 1 tomorrow. Builders, architects, designers, as well as product manufacturers that are here inside Show Village. Show Village has been around, a staple of International Builders Show for about 22 years. And one of those guys that is responsible for that is Tony Mancini, guest 1 of year 2 of Show Village Live. Tony.
Adam, congratulations, you got renewed.
I know, got renewed, got picked up for a second season, which is very exciting. You know, you have been part of Show Village, and so just before we even get into the Builder Show and things that are happening, explain Show Village, explain how we build homes in a parking lot, and what this experience is like for manufacturers as well as those that are coming through and watching.
Yeah, you know, I think that in the initial concept, it was a mad experiment. Like, okay, what do builders like to see when they come to a builder show? And you think product, but that's just half of it. What they really like to see is product in homes. So there's design, how the product integrates, all those things of how it goes together. So 22 years ago, we had this mind thing of, okay, let's do it. And it's gone through so many iterations. But at the end of the day, they get to see the most innovative design, the best products, how they go together in an environment that's friendly. We have live music. We have block parties at the end of the day. So if you're here, it's amazing. You got to stop by. But if you're not here, you can check it out online and experience all the same type of things that people do here in Vegas.
Well, builders, they want to see the products installed in homes. They want to see how they work, how they interact. But we're seeing more and more new products happen because of the shift in building. And this is an incredible way to showcase that, right?
Exactly right. You know, people talk about the innovation going on in this marketplace, and sometimes it feels like it's not happening quick enough. But then you start looking at year to year to year that things are going on. And we especially see it out here. We're like a petri dish out here of some of the coolest things are going on. So when you start looking at that year after year after year, you have to come here and experience this and see this. Otherwise, you're falling behind with what the heck's happening in the marketplace.
Well, we're already hearing the Builders Show this year is going to be bigger and better than ever. They say that every year, but it does feel that way already inside the hall. We're just opening up at 9 o'clock here, but it has that sense that market is good, confidence is up. We heard Rob Dietz. We're going to talk to Rob Dietz, chief economist for NAHB, later on this week. Talk yesterday about, hey, things are okay. We're going to have a little thing, but everything's good. We're in a good spot.
You know, I think it's the segments. There's a lot of different segments that are heading in the right direction. So you have home building, which is the staple, but multifamily's been off the charts and continues to be there, and remodeling remains super, super strong. So even though it's called the Builder Show, International Builder Show, you're really getting the whole community across the country of all those different segments, and I think that's fueling the excitement and the crowds. You're right. It is crazy in there.
Yeah, and we've got a lot of support from manufacturers to builders saying, hey, let's keep this momentum, let's keep this going, and we're going to be talking to all of them over the next couple of days. If you were sitting in this chair, what would you want to ask some of these builders and architects and designers and manufacturers about the next 5 years?
You know, I think it's a couple things. I think that home buyers changing. So we know it's getting into that millennial. What are they wanting that hasn't been delivered before? And I think that's been a little bit of a challenge. And that's all around design, that's size, that's cost of home. So I think there's a little bit of a flip going on. And I think the market is starting to react to that. But as far as just overall, how does it look? We keep hearing about we're underbuilt. We're underbuilt by 1 million homes. So we have a great expansion going on. But if we continue to solve the problem of the next generation of home builders, of homeowners, that's where the sweet spot's really going to be.
Well, Tony Mancini, Group Director of Professional Builder, Professional Remodeler Magazine, and Custom Builder Products, multifamily. My God, the list goes on and on. You have a skilled labor fund as well. Tell people where they can look and find more information about the labor shortage, which is going to be a huge topic over the next couple of days on this show. Tell us a bit about the Skilled Labor Fund and where people can go to get more information.
Well, good, and thanks for asking about it, because besides design and cost and all that, people to build the homes is probably the biggest headwind that's going on. So we started a foundation about 3 years ago called the Skilled Labor Fund with all the major players in the marketplace, skilledlaborfund.org. Go there. We're having a fundraiser tomorrow. we know it's going to take this whole industry to solve this problem. So it's been, the outreach has been fantastic, but we need to keep it going.
Well, good. Well, Tony, thanks again for being guest one here of Show Village Live. Appreciate it very much. Rhonda Conger is coming up here in just a bit from CBH Homes. If you think the energy here is big, wait until Rhonda comes up next. We're back in a moment. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. We are back here at Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems on the steps of Show Village. It is day one, hour one. This is year two for our show, and we are very, very excited to be back and to be bringing builders and designers and architects and product manufacturers to your screens over the next few days. I have a paragraph and a half intro here for Rhonda Conger of CBH Homes. Rhonda, I'm not going to read this whole thing because you do a lot, but I will tell you that as a published author, as a vice president of a building company, podcaster, you are multimedia. You're everything. When you look at an entrepreneur, you look at builders, you look at marketing. You're trying to do it all. And I have your pin that says "Love Wins CBH Homes." You guys have an incredible culture. First, let's just talk a little bit about CBH Homes, where you guys are from, your role, and a little bit about your company.
Okay, really quick. We've been building for over 25 years in Idaho, largest builder in Idaho. We're privately held. We have over 120 employees. We firmly believe, as your pen says, thank you, love the pen, love wins. If you love what you do, you love your team, you love your company, you love your community, you love the dreams that we build every day, you'll win. Simple math.
So that is a company culture of CBH Homes, but you have many, and you have many sayings. They change, they move in and out. You have some that are standard. You have an incredible company and a culture, and you're primarily women focused in your employees, correct?
Well, come on now. So we're 70% women, which I know is very, in a male-dominated industry, that's probably a little, right? And it just happened that way. I mean, we have a hiring gauntlet. We do call it the gauntlet. We're looking for a certain DNA, a certain type of person for our culture, and that's really just kind of how it worked out right now.
How important is company culture to the success of CBH Homes?
Oh, I think it beats anything. I mean, if your people don't love what they do, they're not happy, they're not engaged, they're not passionate, they're not excited, you're not going to be able to do much. And I think that, we have been the #1 builder for over 25 years. We've been the best places to work 8 years running. It's important that people love what they do and they love coming to work.
Well, people love working in an environment that they feel that they can achieve great things, and you guys do that. Talk to me about how you train your employees to do great things. It's not just have a great attitude. It's not just love one another, right? You have to do certain things. So how do you train? How do you employ? What are your secrets to success in that range?
So I would say that we begin with the end in mind. So we look for attributes in a person. So we have 12 attributes that the leadership team got together and said, here's the 12 things that we need to hire for. I'll be honest with you, I'll go into an interview and a person will think that they're coming in for an office position or a sales or construction. I'll meet them and say, no, you actually need to go do this based on your strength, based on your attitude, your energy, what we're looking for. So to me, it's about, you need to look at what attributes you want, go get that, and then place them in the building with you, and they'll do really, really well. I think we all get hung up sometimes on, this is the position I'm hiring for, this is what the resume has to look for. No. I think that's all wrong. Look for the attributes that you want. I always say it's got to be in your DNA. You got to be a high producer. You got to be coachable. You got to be on the hunt for better. That's just a few of them that we look for.
Well, you understand the workforce development piece is incredibly important. You're developing young talent.
Yeah.
You guys are working in school systems. You're trying to get people involved in this space, not only for your own personal benefit for CBH Homes, but just into the market space. Labor shortage, workforce development. You don't have to go to a four-year college. You could be successful. You can own your own business. You could be rich. You could do all those things as a builder in construction. Are you helping spread that message around your area?
Absolutely. I think, we do everything in our power. We're a big proponent of the local university, Boise State University. We just actually sponsored this whole young leadership conference. We did a women's conference, of course, recently. We actually, Corey Barton, the owner, reaches out to the construction management program. So we try to, go all throughout the community, also all over the nation too, right? I mean, and I do think we have become known for the company that's always on the hunt for better. And so that if you want to work with us and work for us, that you have to have the ability that you want to change, you want to grow, and you're that type of mindset. And I think we've done a good job of that.
What is the toughest thing your team has and your company has had to overcome over the last 5 years or so when it comes to the changing marketplace, when you're everything from tariffs to workforce to these things that are affecting builders even in the best of times, which right now we're in pretty good times.
Yeah, no complaining here.
So what's your fears? What's keeping you at night, and how are you overcoming those?
I think for us being the #1 builder in Idaho, and I think one of the things is I learned this 2 new favorite words of mine. So are you ready for this?
Yeah.
Positive discontentment. So this is what it says. Sometimes I think you can get very comfortable in who you are and with your success, so you don't always push as hard or push as far as or grow or change. You kind of like it the way it is, and this feels really good. And so I love the word positive discontentment. It says, I love where we are right now, but I know the best is yet to come. So I need to grow, learn, push, and do more and not stay in our comfort zone. So I think we as a company are always pushing and just kind of pushing up against that. Kind of says, well, you're doing good. Like, you're #1, and you
relax.
There you go. Relax.
Let's not turn this into a thing.
Yeah, like why change?
Right,
why
right.
keep adding this or moving this? And I think we have to. So positive discontentment says, man, I love and I'm super grateful for where we are, but I know the best is yet to come and there's more.
Do you like learning from other builders and other companies?
Yes.
Right? Okay.
Oh, hands down.
Some of your ideas, some of the things that you guys do come from other people in the industry?
Absolutely. I literally research everyone and anyone on the top 200 list. I'm always doing builder visits. Actually, I had 2 builders reach out to me and say, can we meet at the show, kind of share notes, what's working, what's not. I think it's really important that you connect with other builders. That's why I love this conference so much.
Where are you guys going to go? Where do you want to be with your company, with your employees, with your I guess you can't go higher. You're #1, so I guess you're at the top there. But what do you want to do in this space that you think could be a disruptor or change the game?
I think for us, we always want to maximize our market. We have a lot of people ask us, are you going to go outside of your market? Are you going to go outside of the state? Idaho is one of the top growing states in the nation. It's on all the lists, and I get it. It should be. And so really our focus is maximizing. Yes, we roughly hold over 40% market share. We want more. We know that we have the ability with the land, the products we're doing. We've got multifamily, we've got adding townhomes, brand new master plan community coming on. So to me, it's just maximizing what we already have.
You are a joy to be around. Your company is one of my favorites. Honestly, you guys are great, and you're doing great things, and continued success. Thank you for being on the show, of course, Ron. It's great to see you. So for those that want to get your books, listen to your podcast, buy a home from you, how can people get in touch with you?
So absolutely, head on over to cbhhomes.com first and foremost. That's where my whole crew hangs out, which I have to give shout outs and love. Shout outs and love.
You have 80 people following you around the show. It's insanity.
No, it's not true. And then if you'd like to listen to my podcast, head over to rondaconger.com.
Great. Well, Rhonda, thank you very, very much. It's great to see you. Enjoy the next couple days here. Coming up, Alan Hubbell from Dupont Tyvek. First, we want to thank Nortz. Nortz has been an innovator in the world, in the water heating industry for over 60 years. They introduced the first modern electronically controlled tankless water heaters in 1981 and remain the leader in energy savings and superior hot water delivery today. Their newest model, the EZ Series, was engineered for the North American residential market and are designed to cut installation time and cost when replacing larger storage tank type units. In addition, North now offers consumers an unprecedented 25-year warranty for their EZ Series units. North manufactures their products with the highest quality materials, backed with an industry-leading warranty that will keep you worry-free for years to come. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. We are here now with Alan Hubbell. Alan Hubbell,
Adam.
Dupont, Tyvek. It is great to see you.
Good to see you.
You're a repeat guest.
I am.
And-
Second time.
Second time. It is cold. You don't have a jacket. I feel overdressed for this, but this is the proper attire, right?
I'm toughing it out.
You are toughing it
You're
out.
worth it. You're worth it.
Thank you very much. Alan, you guys have had and first of all, thank you for your sponsorship of Show Village. We gave you as much presence as we could here in the back, and it looks great.
It looks great.
You guys have had a lot of change, and you've had a lot of things happen, not only just in the news, but tell us what's happening with your company.
Yeah.
Give us the 10,000-foot view of what builders and designers and architects can now know about what you guys are and what you're going to bring to them.
Sure. Yeah, no, happy to do that. We've had a tremendous amount of change. As you know, Dow and DuPont have merged. We've been operating as a single business for about a year now. And come June 1st, we will spin off as the new DuPont, and we'll be fully integrated at that point.
So fully integrated doesn't mean anything to anybody out there yet.
Yeah.
But it will. So what are some of the things that
Yeah.
they can expect to see, and how will it affect them?
So some of the customers are starting to see it as we go to market. We like to talk about one car in the parking lot. So a salesman on an account, for instance, that's a
Right.
small change. So we're able to represent the full portfolio of solutions, right? Whether it's styrofoam, Tyvek, whatever it might be. We have kind of one person now representing both of those businesses to the customers. So that's a change that the customers will see and feel.
And that's going to make it easier for the builders, and you're trying to take that worry and that hassle and that stress, and you're just saying, look, here's what you get, here's what it is, and here's the person you buy it from.
Absolutely, that's right. Yeah, and then we can talk about so you have the not only the depth but the breadth of offering. So whether it's a couple different house wraps, if you want to talk below grade installation or roof underlayment, we can go from the bottom to the top, inside and out, air sealing, water management, all of that in a full suite of solutions for the customer.
Now you've always had a full suite of solutions, but this is just expanding.
It's even bigger,
right?
Yeah.
It's expanding it, and it's showcasing it in areas you've not been in before. So you're able to innovate now products because of the merger and because of the added resources and power behind those two names.
That's
right?
correct. Yeah, I mean the building science power that we're bringing together is just tremendous, right? The scientists and the chemists and the physicists and engineers. It's really something that we're going to see great things out of this combined businesses in the coming years.
So this is an exciting time for you guys as a company. Are you seeing that same excitement being showcased now into your product innovation, into those scientists, into your chemists, into your building science department? Are they saying, yes, this is the time that we go now?
We are, absolutely, yeah. And you'll see it in our booth here at IBS, where we're showing all of the products together in their applications, right? It's not just a museum piece, a display of a product. We're showing how these products integrate and how they come together to be a benefit to the builders.
So talk to me a bit specifically then about the individual products. So you've got your flex wrap, your easy flashing, rain screen.
Right.
Give us a little bit of that.
So the new products we're showing are the drain vent rain screen. Provides about a 3/8 inch, 6 millimeter gap between the cladding and the wrap for some extra drainage and ventilation. Helps enhance dryability of the wall. We have the Great Stuff Pro gasket. This is for interior air sealing, where you put on the perimeter of the studs inside the home before you put drywall up. Helps provide a gasket of seal to get air tightness, obviously important for energy efficiency. And then we have the FlexWrap EZ, which came out partway through last year. We're showing at the show here, and that's for exterior air sealing and water management.
How do those products impact a builder today? Does it help save time? Is it for the labor shortage? Are they? I mean, why innovate those products today?
Yeah, it's about the drive towards a greater energy efficiency in tighter homes. Certainly the FlexWrap EZ and the Pro gasket speak to that. Yeah. The drain vent speaks to resiliency and durability and that kind of thing. Right? If we're going to build structures, we want them to last a long time. Yeah. It's not inexpensive to build these homes, and so you want them to last, and so we're going to do it right and put these products together.
Well, speaking of doing it right, you have a specialist network in place specifically to ensure that things are done right. So
That's correct, yeah.
what is the Dupont Specialist Network?
Yeah, so the Tyvek Specialist Network is about 150 or 60 folks nationwide in their local markets, and they're basically little building science experts, they're building science experts in their local market. They know the codes, they know the builders, they know the code officials, and they're able to help train, do job site observations, and make sure the product gets up on the wall correctly. You know, it's about great products, it's about getting it on the wall correctly, and using great proper details. And our offering speaks to all three of those areas. We're going to give the builders the best chance to get the best products on the wall in the way they should be.
Well, Alan, it's always great to see you. It's always a pleasure to talk to you. You guys have a lot of great things. Congratulations on the merger, and good luck this year. But again, thanks for being here.
Thank
and enjoy
you.
the next couple of days here at the show.
Great. And good luck with the live stream.
Thank you. I appreciate it very much. We're back in just a couple minutes here. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems, with Denise DERSIN and ERIKA Taylor from Professional Builder and Professional Remodeler Magazine, as well as a house that comes from a box. You're going to learn about that in just a second. Back in a moment for Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. This is Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems on the steps here of the one of the homes inside Show Village at the Builders Show, and it is unseasonably cold.
Yes.
39, maybe 40 degrees. Denise DERSIN, ERIKA Taylor, you said right before we went live, I'm going to try to look like I'm not shivering. It's okay. My hands are freezing. They are actually turning blue. The first stage is a hypothermia. Everything is fine. We're going to get through this together. So Denise DERSIN from Professional Builder, ERIKA Taylor from Professional Remodeler Magazine. This is your Super Bowl. This is what every year, this week, you see all of your people, all your friends, all your specialists and innovators and those that we get to write about, cover, and discuss and showcase all year long. This is an exciting week, I'm sure, for you.
It is indeed. In fact, we've already had part of that happen when we were out at the New American Home and at the New American Remodel. Those were beautiful projects, and we had great crowds out there. People were very, very happy to see those projects. They were quite lovely.
Yeah. ERIKA, you're Chief of Content for Professional Remodeler Magazine. You come out here and you see workers, you see people, you see things happening, you see innovation, and you see the next generation for remodeling space. Tell me your feelings as you come through here every year.
So there's a lot of excitement. I think that this year in some ways is unique. I'm seeing a lot of new products this year that I'm really jazzed about getting on the show floor and looking at. And I'm seeing a lot of products that are designed to save labor, which is great for the labor shortage. I've noticed a real uptick in that.
Yeah. So the labor shortage is something that you cannot talk to anybody about in the construction space without them saying, what are you doing, right? What are you doing to, not us specifically, but if you're talking to somebody about the labor shortage, nobody knows yet. Everyone's still trying to figure it out. That's a big topic for you guys in your coverage and in your journalism. What are you hearing? What are specific companies and builders doing that you are impressed by when it comes to efficient home building?
Well, the top builders, the ones who are really trying to get ahead of this, are becoming the builders of choice, which is something that we always talk about in the magazine, how you can be the builder of choice in your area where the subs will want to come and work for you. They won't drop you if somebody comes and offers them a little more money, for example. They might come when you have some problems where they wouldn't ordinarily, and that's really the most important thing that a builder can do in their own area.
ERIKA, on the remodeling side, labor shortage is just as big of an issue as it is in new construction. and perhaps even bigger in some areas of the country. What are you hearing? What can happen? What should happen?
So alongside of what Denise said, what I'm seeing is that a lot of companies are trying to change their workplace culture to create really wonderful workplace environments that will attract younger people. You know, offering more flexible hours, offering companies that have a social conscience. They're going out and doing things, and that inspires a lot of people to want to come and work there. So I'm seeing that. And alongside that, I'm also seeing companies adopting products that will save them labor, so they can use less labor in the field to install those products.
Is there a sense that the products and the manufacturers are going to help drive solutions for builders and remodelers when it comes to that? Is that
no
what
question,
you're hearing?
No question about
100%.
it. Yeah, no question about it. And in fact, you know, builders, you know, are constantly being told that they should think about going modular and doing things off-site. But the building product manufacturers are making it actually a little bit easier for them to continue working the way they have been, because the products that they have on offer now are already, you know, trusses and whatnot. Things that you can put up easily with fewer people. Right. One person can carry something that where two had to do it before. I mean, they've just made everything that much easier, and it's helped. It's not completely taken care of the problem, but it's helped.
And also products that require less training to install.
Right.
Yeah. So not only are they lighter and easier, but you don't need like a highly trained professional to do that installation.
You don't think that the house out of a box solution is for everywhere, but it is the first step in just innovative products. And we're going to talk about Boxable in just a couple minutes. We've got them coming on. They're here at the show showcasing their home that literally unfolds out of a box. It's crazy, crazy cool. But there are entrepreneurs and inventors out there saying, okay, at least let's try this, let's do this. Does that excite you to see that people are saying, hey, let's figure out how we change the entire scope of home construction?
Without question. I mean, and I think it has to happen. You know, we don't have the people, we're never going to have the resources, I think, to do it the way we did, to build the numbers of homes that we need to have. I mean, we've got a huge population of people who would like to buy homes. They can't because the homes are not there or they're too expensive for them.
ERIKA, what is one of the things that's really exciting right now in the remodeling space that you are jazzed about, but also that you're hearing other people say, look, this is fun, this is a good deal?
So I feel like every few years some of the designs change. And I think that we're heading into a new era for kitchen and bathroom design on the remodeling side. And I'm really excited by some of what I'm seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the new appliances that are coming out, a lot of smart technology. A lot of new colors are coming into vogue, specifically kitchen islands, cabinetry, a lot of interesting, innovative uses of color.
The design aspect of homes and kitchens and baths, you could get lost in that coverage for months, right?
For sure, yeah. In fact, it's really hard not to do it because it's so much fun. And
yeah, that's the sexy fun stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
What are you seeing in new construction and home build that has you saying, wow, if this is the direction we're going, everything's going to be okay when it comes to design and the look and feel of homes?
That's a really tough question. I mean, I think we're in a little bit of a transitional phase right now where, you know, I think a lot of builders are still heavily into farmhouse and that transitional, modern, contemporary kind of home. But I think very shortly something else will happen, but I'm not sure what it is yet.
Yeah. ERIKA, we for the New American Remodeled Home, he basically, I don't want to say gutted it, but he completely changed the look and feel of a home and did things that were specific to him as an architect and designer. He found little nuances that could speak to the home itself, utilizing everything from earth and dirt and a chicken coop and a vineyard, and he did things to, and we're going to talk to him later on in the show, but he did things to keep the integrity of the home there, but to bring it to 2019. Those are the stories that people go, this isn't a knockdown new build, this is an actual remodel. I bet you see projects like that all over the time.
I do, and I think it's really tricky to make a home relevant for today, but also keep the things that made the original build really cool. And the new American remodel pulled that off 1,000%. It is just a fantastic, fantastic project.
And it's downtown Vegas.
Oddly,
which is crazy. And the New American Home is in Ascaya.
in Henderson, right?
Yeah, in Henderson. It is, and it's marvelous and remarkable. They're two very different looks and styles of homes. Unbelievable.
Yeah, lucky for us, because
right,
people get to see both points of view there.
Right, and it just goes to show you how I guess two different minds can build in the same area and have two completely different looks and feels. It's what makes this space great. It what makes your jobs great for a professional builder, professional remodeler, but continued success in the coverage and your writing in the magazine and covering this space, which we all need, all the builders and architects, designers, continuing to look at trends and the next level. You guys are doing great work, and it's a joy to read your stuff and to be a part of your guys' coverage.
Thank you.
Oh
Adam,
gosh,
very
thank
much.
you, Adam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Erica, thank you very
Thanks
much
for having
for
us
being
on.
on the show. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems, continues next. We're going to be in a home out of a box. What does it mean? We'll tell you right after this.
Our legacy is to build the next generation of homes, to teach future generations the skills it takes to build not just a good house, but a great home. Along the way, we learn that every project has a story yet to be told, that every door is more than an entrance, and that from generation to generation, the story never ends. The legacy is yours to make. Build your legacy.
Welcome back to Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. I'm your host, Adam Grubb, and I'm only going to say this one more time, but I'm freezing. Okay, guys, my hands are frozen. We are on the steps here of the Show Village International Builders Show, and part of the reason that people come to the Builders Show is very specific, to see what's new, what's next, what are the innovations, what are the trends, what are the things that are changing the market space. And there, right now, to me, nothing bigger, a disruptor than this next product, and it's Boxable. So I'm sitting here with PAOLO and GALIANO. You guys are the inventors and entrepreneurs of Boxable. Thank you very much for being here on the show and for being here at Show Village. Appreciate it very much. So far, you're the best dressed here of the show, so congratulations.
It's a long day.
Tell me what Boxable is. If somebody gave you 10 seconds, describe Boxable.
Yeah, so we're a startup looking to reduce cost to build, speed up build times, help solve labor shortages by selling our factory manufactured room modules that actually pack up, ship to site next day as soon as they're ordered by the builder, and are going to help them build faster and build for less and build a higher quality building.
So this is a home that unfolds from a box, and it is remarkable. We saw it here live to see it come to life, but then it's a home. I mean, let's not forget, this is a home that people can live in, and it is unfolded. How did this come about? Where's the idea? What was the impetus of this?
Well, I mean, the problem with factory production is that you can't ship more than a 200-mile radius, so that's a big problem. So it wasn't a scalable solution, and what was being done in the field was literally factory building, literally in a field. So that didn't work either, and you've got the labor shortages that Galliano mentioned, and a lot of other problems. So we said, first of all, we had to solve the shipping problem, which we've done. Our product can ship next day all around the world, or it will be able to, within standard shipping infrastructure. And then the second part was making sure that we had product that people wanted. So we have 9.5-foot ceilings, 18-foot wide rooms, and it's very, very scalable to create really any architectural variation you can think. It's adaptive architecture. So we make rooms, and then the field and our customers and the builders can really create anything they want.
And that's what I think is confusing to me, that you can make anything that you want. We saw like multifamily going up. We saw sprawling country estates. We've seen some incredible looks at what Boxable can be, but it truly is customizable to somebody's needs, no matter where they are in the country. Correct?
Yeah. So we've systemized the build, which means in the factory we're building the same 3 size boxes, kind of like a Lego brick. We're building these boxes over and over again, same thing, to get our costs down super low. Then once the 3 size boxes get out to the field, you can connect them like Lego, stack them, assemble them, and add your finishings and your trim, and really build almost any style, shape, type of building you want.
Are people concerned that there's a quality issue there because you're bringing 3 boxes to a thing and unfolding them? What do people need to know that this is sturdy, unbelievable construction that's going to stand the test of time?
We think it's the opposite, actually, because the field construction, even if you threw as much money as you wanted at it, you wouldn't be able to meet the quality levels that we're able to achieve in the field.
In the factory.
In the factory,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's the difference between a post-industrial solution and a pre-industrial solution.
Right.
And additionally, we're not building these using traditional wood stick framing. Our whole building is made out of a cement panel, essentially. So it's very strong, it's very high quality, has very high energy rated walls. All the wall panels are actually fireproof, they're mold proof, they're not wood, so bugs don't like to eat them. So our product actually outperforms stick building and most factory built on all these different categories.
And there's automation here for the construction process. What about on site? Are there ideas or ways that you can make sure that the home is put together right, but also that it looks the best it can look? What's your education process and plan? Because again, this is new. So I know you don't have everything worked out. This is the concept. But you can do this. It's coming in 2020. This is the next generation and the next movement for construction. What are your plans to make sure that people can do this the right way and that you stay steady with your quality?
We've done a few things to kind of simplify this, and we want to make a product that's more of almost a consumer product than a product for builders. We want anyone to be able to erect this in a couple hours. We've done some things to reduce the amount of trades. For example, we have utility ceiling, so you can easily remove ceiling panels and install your electrical, your plumbing, your HVAC, all very easily. Compared to a traditional build where they're drilling through walls and through studs to install all of those utilities.
So if you could imagine, if you had sort of X-ray vision and you could look through the ceiling, floors and walls, you would see literally a network of chases or holes where the trades can run their plumbing and electric. In the field, depending on the scale of the builder, if it's a large builder, they're going to be bringing a crane. If it's a smaller community, like a 2-story community, all they would need is an oversized forklift to put these up. And then to answer your general question, we will eventually have a sort of a Boxable U, if you like, a Boxable university, and we'll be able to train folks on the system. And ultimately, it's far, far simpler than the current ways of building.
There's builders that come through here, and they're going to see your box, and they're going to see the home, and then they're going to say, what is this? You're going to say, well, it started here in this box. And they're going to go, what are you talking about? How's that even possible? What do I do then, right? How do you combat that question? Like, look, if you're changing the deal, what is your number one goal to do for this product? What is your number one goal to change and disrupt the market?
Well, I mean, in terms of the product, we think of it as a consumer product. We think that in the field, builders are actually putting up with things they shouldn't have to put up with.
Right.
That as consumers, we don't have to put up
Right.
with. So we'll be speeding the quality and the deliverability of the product, and hopefully by 2020.
Does it make you excited? I mean, do you
Yeah.
get pumped about the
We're
future?
ready. We're ready. The biggest thing for us is the cost. We want to reduce construction costs dramatically, and I think with this product and this new design, we're going to be able to do that.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, it's very, very exciting to see it and to see it come to life. it is this type of innovation and next level thinking that will change this industry and will help from the labor costs, homeowners. There's a lot of things you can do. It's 2020, so explain to me what the next step is over the next year. How do people get involved in this? Where can they learn more? Where can they understand this? How do they get in contact with you if they've got ideas and things they want?
Yeah, I mean, we do encourage everyone to check out our website. There's plenty of information on there. We've completed our seed round of funding. We use that money to develop the project and get to where we are now. Our next step is going to be our Series A fundraise, at which point we'll be building a large manufacturing facility here in North Las Vegas. We plan to manufacture about 3,000 of these 750 square foot units in our first year.
Wow.
So some lofty goals, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think
very
we're
lofty,
gonna
but
get there.
you see this happening. You see this being a huge thing, I'm sure.
Not only that, I think we may be able to pre-sell the entire year before we actually break ground. So we'd encourage folks to stop by and reserve theirs and get on a reservation wait list. There's no commitment to do that. We strongly encourage people to do that. And we love talking to the industry and the builders because it just really informs us on how to make the absolute best product to match their needs and their customers' needs.
Well, it's awesome, and we appreciate you guys being here and being a part of Show Village and being a partner of ours. Good luck in your future. I hope you change the world.
Great.
Thank you very much,
Thank you.
guys. I
Thank you,
appreciate
Adam.
it.
Very
We're
nice
back
indeed.
in just a moment. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. We'll be back with Chet Willis after this. Thank you, guys. Great job. Great job.
After we successfully launched the Series 7000 Performance family in 2018, we wanted to create a line of aluminum doors and windows that had all of the attributes of the Series 7000, but with an entirely new look and feel. Moving glass walls and windows that resemble the steel products found in historical buildings, universities, and luxury homes, but with an experience that's easier, faster, and more affordable. This is our simulated steel line. Developing thin 7/8 simulated divided lights, designed to look like a steel putty glaze, together with bevel glass stops and narrow sight lines, defines a whole new integration, making the thermally broken aluminum profile resemble that of a steel system. A signature extrusion design was engineered to allow our simulated steel doors and windows to go taller and wider than you might expect. Oversized glass panels allow our multi-slide doors to go as tall as 17 feet. Window walls can go up to 120 square feet. And because all of our products are completely customizable, you'll never have to compromise your vision. A proprietary Insulbar profile assists in increased thermal performance and strength. Low U-value ratings and low-E argon-filled dual-pane glass further reduce energy consumption, and all product families are AMA-tested to a design pressure rating of 50. Unlike steel doors and windows that can cost double the price of aluminum, require field glazing, and include lengthy lead times, Western Window Systems' simulated steel line is all about inspiration, efficiency, and value. And because our simulated steel doors and windows are more affordable, arrive pre-glazed, and take less time to manufacture, they are set to redefine the way we think about this architectural style.
Welcome back to Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. I'm your host, Adam Grubb. We are here at the porch area, right? Chet, the porch area of one of the homes here inside Show Village. And we're here today and tomorrow on our show, 3 one-hour shows today, 3 one-hour shows tomorrow. Hope you can join us for live streams. 40 guests over the next couple days. Chet Willis, you are, again, part of Show Village in a big way from Western Window Systems. You guys have had a big year. We'll get into that in just a second. But you are here sponsoring the Show Village Live. We appreciate it very much. You are in charge of the builder program. Tell me a little bit about Western Window Systems today that's different from a year ago when you sat here on this couch and talked to me.
Well, obviously, a lot's happened since last year. Of course, you know, we were acquired by PGTI, and we've been in the throes of integration now for the last several months, but it's proven to be just a wonderful relationship with folks at PGTI, and we couldn't be happier.
It's really helped solidify the excellence of Western Window Systems that everyone has come to know and love, but now you have a power and a financial backing and really a growth pattern over the next 10 to 15 years that can catapult you guys into a big, big spot. And builders need to know that you guys are here. Just because you're bigger now doesn't mean that you can't handle and take care of the builders and the builder program, the volume programs.
No, and you're absolutely right, because you know, the relationship with PGTI has brought new focus to our builder program, and there's a lot of synergies there that we're starting to develop between our two builder programs, because they have one as well. And there's just a lot of good energy behind that, and yeah, we're ready to go. We can take on a lot of work right now.
So topic one, it seems like almost for anybody that's asked, has been the labor shortage. And even your product, you guys have some ways to help that problem across the country.
Yeah, one of the new products that we're going to be introducing this year, and maybe we'll have an opportunity to talk about that later, but one of the things that we really concentrated on the design aspect of that product was how do we make this very simple to install out in the field, right? And just make it much more efficient from a labor standpoint. But labor's certainly been an issue for everybody this year in the trades. You know, the builders are struggling with it, all the manufacturers are struggling. But you know, we just need to put some more emphasis on maybe getting kids in school really interested in the trades again.
Yeah, well, you're seeing that in the market conditions. Western Window Systems, what do you guys see as market conditions that are driving your business, and what are you guys doing to help drive builders' business?
Well, I think there's a lot of interesting things going on in the housing marketplace these days. A lot of the builders are starting to look at new ways to save labor, if you will. So hence some of the partners that we have out here in Show Village this week, Boxable and Katera and folks like that are coming up with new and exciting ways to address the labor shortage.
Well, you heard the Boxable story, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, how does that excite you guys as manufacturers, that there are people out there disrupting and changing the way people build and construct homes and to solve problems that your products could play a big part in?
Yeah, and we were really happy to be able to participate you know, with Boxable in this new home that they've constructed here in Show Village, and we just think it could really be a game changer at some point in the future, you know, to start thinking about how we you know, build these homes in a modular fashion.
What are some of your big builder initiatives right now? What are some of the things that you guys are doing or showcasing for builders that they need to know for Western Window Systems?
Well, we've introduced a new product this year. In fact, we're just getting ready to launch next month a new vinyl multi-slide door that is going to attack a portion of the market that we've never really focused on before. So we've done very well in the high end of the production builder world, but now we think we have the right product at the right time to go after the lower pricing stratus in production building, and we couldn't be more excited about it.
Is there something that you would hope to hear from builders and designers and architects about the next couple of years, their confidence, big builder confidence? What do you want people to hear or to tell you that you say, yeah, okay, we're going to be okay, everything's going well, let's continue great things?
Well, I think we are starting to hear some of those things from the builders, but I think there's still a lot of, how would you say it, there's a lot of dynamics in the marketplace that are taking place right now where there's cause for optimism. Right. I mean, things got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, this first quarter, but I think there's pent-up demand for housing. There's kind of a shortage of lots right now that's driving some of that slowdown. And of course, the labor issues have been a challenge, but I think all the fundamentals are there for a robust housing market, and I think we'll do good throughout the year.
We're very, very excited. You guys are doing great. Congratulations on the purchase and everything that's happening with your company. We appreciate your support as always. Chad Willis.
Thanks, Adam.
From Western Window Systems. Thanks for being on the show again as well. Coming up here in just a second, Mark Purcell and Tony Mancini talk about the Skilled Labor Fund. We're going to be talking a little bit about that in just a second. First, though, we want to thank one of our sponsors, Bocce. Bocce Fire Clay Sinks. Bring back the ultimate material to your kitchen. Fire Clay, 100% natural, organic, and recyclable material used by craftsmen for centuries to create timeless and elegant fixtures. Highly durable, these sinks are heat resistant up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit. So extreme heat from pots and pans is no problem. Plus, Bocce's special glaze coating is non-porous, uniform, and scratch and stain resistant. Each sink also offers a protective bottom grid and distinctive styles from classic to uniquely modern updates in 9 designer colors, gloss and matte finishes. Bocce has a look and style for everyone. Our thanks to Bocce for their support of Professional Builders Show Village. I'm your host, Adam Grubb, and we are here at Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. And Tony Mancini, who started the show, ends the show, along with Mark Purcell from the Skilled Labor Fund and NHB. Mark, how are you, NHBI? Good to see you, Tony, again.
Thank you, Adam.
So, guys, tell me a little bit about the Skilled Labor Fund. We have this in the first hour of this show already. Every single person I've talked to has said labor, 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 workforce development. What do? We got problems. We got to invent things. You guys started a couple years ago a fund specifically designed for that. Tell me a little bit about it and what you guys are doing.
Well, if I could start, Tony, it's no mystery that everyone you've talked to has mentioned the skilled labor crisis. In 10 years, we're going to need an additional 10 million skilled laborers in this country. So our battle as a residential industry is really on 3 fronts. It's that global level. Yeah. We're competing with energy, we're competing with heavy and civil construction, we're competing with manufacturing, on and on for those skilled laborers. And there's no sign that our immigration situation is going to be clarified by our government at this point. So that's kind of the global war. And then you bring it down to 20,000 square feet, and then you've got a societal issue where kids and schools and parents are not thinking about the trades as a valued career path, which we know is not the case, and we need to communicate that message better. And then we bring it down to the ground war, and that's what Tony and I are fighting with the Skilled Labor Fund, is actually funding real education programs, training programs, so kids learn the trades and are hireable, and making sure the builders are aware of them. So it's a big deal, and something we should have been in 20 years ago, and we're playing catch up now.
National Housing Endowment and Professional Builder kind of coming together. Mark and Tony, you guys at some point, I guess, just said, look, this makes the most sense for us right now to partner together. We're talking to the same people. We want the same things. So how did it start, and what does it look like today, Tony?
Yeah, so I mean, we know how big the issue is, and we know that everyone cares about it, but there needs to be more of a consensus and a single voice. Right. So the number one thing was, let's get everybody on board. So SGC Horizon, NAHB, NARI, NKBA, and other partners, really all the major players, is let's put it together in one place and really be focused on what we do, and then let it live within a foundation that the money can be spent as it comes in rather than being endowed, so you get quick action to market of, okay, here's the problem, let's start putting assets together day by day.
And I think that's probably the most confusing part, is that there are some funds out there, nobody knows what happens, right? No, there's no action afterwards. People will, manufacturers or sponsors will get money because they're supposed to, not because they see any actions afterwards. But you guys, you have a very specific plan of what you're doing with the money and how it's working, and with your partnerships of all the major players in this space. You guys have thought this through. This is not just a charity. This is actionable money that you guys can use, right?
Well, and we're always happy to report and share details and opportunity for our sponsors, our corporate partners, our individual donors as well, to intermingle with the actual students that we have in class. The Skilled Labor Fund got really up and running last year. We're in probably 20 high schools this year. I think we'll triple that easily in 2019. When I was a kid, I had the shop classes, and those don't exist anymore. So as an industry, we have to come in and invest in those and report on the results, as you've talked about. In our college program, we have excellent results. 2/3 of the kids go into residential, end up becoming owners of construction companies or executives with construction companies. So we're trying to bring that model down into the high school and middle school level.
You're trying to change the narrative too, that being a builder and a business owner and a CEO and or an architect, that these are viable careers that you can create build and make a lot of money. We're seeing it everywhere. That's the message you're trying to help with the high school
My neighbor
students.
started out as an HVAC technician. Now he has 55 trucks, and he bothers me a lot, texting me for golf in the middle of the work week. So I think he's doing something right. There's a good path there.
There's
I didn't
something
take
there.
that path, but he did, so it's there.
Well, Tony, you've been dealing with builders and are friends with many of the top builders in the country, both custom and production. These guys, they love their lives. They love what they do. And you're seeing more and more women get into the space. And we had Rhonda Conger earlier from CBH Homes, right? There's a real excitement around this space for the first time in a long time. We've got to take advantage of that, I'm sure. But you've got friends all over that do that.
You know, and I'll tell you, Adam, I think for the first time we're seeing a little bit of a turn of not everybody should go to college. Let's look at professions, and I think the home building industry offers incredible opportunity and diversity too. I agree, across all ethnic and all women and men and everything. So your career path there, and we are just starting to see it. And maybe it's the effort, you know, after 3 years you start seeing a little bit of a glimpse, but I'm very encouraged that I'm thinking a little bit of this. Let's train people for what they can do.
But why is it such a taboo topic to tell kids not to go to college? I mean,
if you go to a reception tonight, you're going to hear me, you're going to hear Tony, and you're going to hear your good friends and brothers and sisters talk about the four-year college that their kids got into. And that's what we've been trained and cultured to identify with. And it's not the path for all kids. I live in a pretty well-off, well-educated county, Fairfax County, Virginia, and I can't tell you the stories of all the kids that have gone that four-year path and have somehow flamed out because it wasn't the right path for them. It's a one-silo path that we're giving the kids today. There are other options. We'd like residential construction to be one of them.
And there's a pride, there's a sense of ownership and of entrepreneurship and money. I mean, if you put it on paper, it's everything that a kid would want when they're 17 years old, trying to figure out what they're going to do next. On paper, it makes perfect sense. So where do you think the miss is, Tony? What's the
Honestly,
disconnect?
I think it's culture. Yeah, I think Mark hit on it, and I really think it is starting to change a little bit. And you do, when you start looking at how many kids don't finish that journey, and that percentage is 20, 30, 40% of people that don't do it. So I think that the whole society is now looking at it and saying, look, this is broken. This is crazy. And the cost of higher education, and then the opportunities to be in your own business and being an entrepreneur and owning your day and every day being unique and being a business owner. So honestly, I just think things go in waves. And thank God, I think we're going in a different direction right now.
I think so too, and it's exciting. You're seeing business owners and entrepreneurs and developers now building buildings with makerspaces. You're seeing a shift, a traditional shift in thinking now of people in this space saying, what can we do? That's got to excite you from an endowment and the skilled labor fund, that there are other people out there banging the drum and not just you guys, right?
Well, we all have to invest in our own future. We can't take that for granted. Obviously, the Great Recession in housing altered everything. We lost a lot of people then, and then the age problem, the average labor now on job sites over 55. I mean, we need to change that as an industry, and everyone's awake to that, and we're happy to provide a focus for people to get engaged and help out.
Were you surprised that you were able to get NAHB, NKBA, NARI, everybody to say, yes, let's go? Did that surprise you? Because that's all the big associations in one room.
You know, to be honest, I was. But now that we're all on the same page, the participation and the contribution from everybody has been spot on. And I think the more we work together and as we start making these advancements, I think everyone's getting pretty excited about what's in front of us and what impact we can actually make.
The number one concern for you, is it labor? Is it education? Is it the ability to train? Is it the social implications of everything we're talking about? I mean, how do we even...
It's all of the above.
Okay.
And we can do what we can do, and we think we've got a model and a formula to actually put training programs on the street. The good news is, as Tony alluded to, we're seeing an appetite for that on the school side. So that's what we're doing. You know, but the big issue is societal, and do American kids want to go into the trades or not?
Yeah.
And it's a great path.
How
and
do
we need
people-
to let them know that.
How do people find out more information, and where do they go? What are the next steps here for Skilled Labor Fund?
SkilledLaborFund.org.
Simple.
That's simple.
Simple.
Exactly.
Skilled Labor Fund.
And reach out to Mark or myself.
Yeah.
And any conversation, we'll share any information. 100% transparent, and we're pretty excited about what's going on.
Well, great. Mark, thanks
Hey,
very
Adam,
much.
it's good to
Tony,
see you.
Adam,
thank
thank
you very
you.
much. Appreciate it, guys. You guys are doing great work. We appreciate everything. Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems. Hour 1 in the books. Next hour, Jerry Howard, CEO of the NAHB, as well as many other guests coming up at 11 o'clock Pacific time. That's 2 p.m. Eastern time. And we'll be back in a couple hours. Thanks so much for watching Professional Builders Show Village Live, presented by Western Window Systems.